Artists, today we are going to be making a Stabile sculpture inspired by Alexander Calder. So the very first thing that we need to do is we need to use permanent markers. So washable markers won't work for this, but we want permanent markers. And on the bottom of your piece of styrofoam, I want you to write your name and your code. And on the front of your piece of styrofoam, I want you to decorate it using a variety of colors and shapes. So maybe you want to do some triangles or some circles or some wavy lines or some dotted lines. But I want you to fill up your styrofoam with a variety of shapes, colors, and lines. So I'm going to pause and catch up. You can even decorate the sides of your styrofoam if you would like. Once you're done decorating the styrofoam, you're going to take some pieces of foam, preferably 2 different colors, and I want you to cut out some shapes in the foam. And the foam shapes can be any kind of a shape. Maybe you want some organic shapes, which are more curved. Maybe you want some geometric shapes, which are more straight. But I want you to cut out a variety of shapes. I'm going to do the same thing over here, maybe a couple of squares. I can even try to do more of a rounded shape. And once you have, how about at least 6 shapes, you'll be ready. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at least 6. You can have a few more. Now that you have your foam shapes and your decorated styrofoam, you're also going to add some chenille stems. And the chenille stems, you actually can poke the wire through your foam to thread it onto your wire stem. So the edges of the stems are sharp, so we just poke a hole and put it through. And I'm going to do that to each of my stems. And it doesn't matter exactly where you put them, as long as you have some of those shapes on your stems. I'm going to pause and catch up. Now we have our pieces ready to create our sculpture. If you remember what we learned about Alexander Calder, he created mobiles and stabiles. And a mobile was something that hung from the ceiling or was suspended in air, and a stabile was something with a base. So our styrofoam is our base. So we're going to create a stabile. So anywhere on your styrofoam, I'm going to try to aim my camera up a little bit more so that you can see better. Anywhere on your styrofoam, you're going to poke your chenille stem in. And I want you to decide where you want to put the other side. Now you can twist and turn if you want. You can overlap, so I could put this one inside and over. But we are creating a stabile sculpture. A sculpture is something that can be viewed from all angles. So my stabile sculpture can be viewed, which means can be looked at from the front or the side or the back. And it is inspired by the artwork of Alexander Calder. Now once your stems are pushed in, you can adjust your foam a little bit. And if they're touching a little bit, you can move them until you get a stabile sculpture that you are happy with. When you are all done, you will have a work of art that was inspired by the artist Alexander Calder.